Oh, that was a good coffee. Morocco, Marrakesh, coffee culture, spot on. We're here for 3 days in Marrakesh, and this will actually be the first time we'll have visited the Medina, which is the old town of Marrakesh. So we're staying in insert name here, which is just on the outskirts of the old town of Marrakesh, and it's the artistic hub, but a much more modern area of the city. So we're going to go and see what the original part of the city is like, which is 35 minutes in that direction. You can see traffic's pretty bad, and you can also see, if you peer over here to my left-hand side, police everywhere. Every single roundabout, every junction, police checking all of the cars, making sure traffic's flowing freely, and quite a lot of horses, and my favorite form of transport, these little Yamaha and Docker bikes are everywhere. This is the proper Moroccan mode of transport, and truthfully, Monica and I were chatting yesterday about maybe picking one of these up, just shoehorning it into the back of the Jeep and driving it back. Get it back for London mode of transport. Come and join us on a day of exploring, maybe some eating, maybe some purchasing. There are some markets over here. It's going to be bustling, it's going to be hectic. I can't wait. We've just spent 45 minutes in this craft complex. I've never seen so much artistry and hands-on talent condensed into such a small space. It's amazing, isn't it? They're making rugs, leather goods, metalwork, painting, but all by hand in each individual shop. So you're going to walk into one of the shops and they make lots of carpets and rugs. And then you'll see at the back of the shop all of the weaving machines with, for example, 2 or 3 women working away, weaving away and making the rugs. And then 2 gentlemen by the side with all of their leather works in there, busy printing and cutting the leather. Everything is done in front of your eyes. It's an incredible place, and it gives a good taste of what the center, the Medina, may be like. And if we pan over here, there's too much stuff going on everywhere. Right ahead of me there, directly east, you can just make out in the distance the snow-capped mountains of the Atlas Mountains. This is exactly where we're going tomorrow. What a backdrop to the city. Morocco is so full of culture and incredible scenery. I feel like you probably need a few months here to make the most of it. I'm equally as excited about heading off due east on the road trip as I am about being in Marrakesh. It's all too exciting.
This green tea with mix.
And how much?
80 green. It's green tea, little bit.
And this one's 20.
No, this 20, this is green tea.
And this one?
20. Excuse me.
shopping for about 4 hours, but there's so much to see. Time just flies by. When I'm out and about, traveling wherever it may be. Ah, merci, thank you. I like to have access to all of my favorite magazine and newspaper titles so I can read more of what I love. One of my all-time favorite apps is Readly. This is a subscription service where you have access to thousands of different magazine and newspaper subscriptions at the click of a finger, wherever you are in the world. It's especially useful when you're traveling, such as I am now, because it means that I'm not having to carry around lots of different magazines. I've got everything here that's so easily accessible. And if I get into a place, for example, where we go to the Atlas Mountains, the Sahara Desert, where there's very little signal, I don't have to worry because I can download those subscriptions, those titles that I like, and I can always have them wherever I am, regardless of the internet. To give you a little demonstration of the app and how user-friendly it is, this is how it looks with the homepage. You can see all of the key points from some of the magazines that I like, and you can clearly see a few of my interests there. Some current affairs, some motorcycles and things like that. But if I click on library, I've got a number of my favorite titles, from Land Rover magazine to MCN to motorcycle stuff. But this is where, on this page, I can download editions, and you can see where I've got some of my inspiration for this Moroccan trip. This one especially, because right ahead of me there, the Atlas Mountains, and beyond that, the Sahara Desert. So I've been downloading Overlander 4x4 about overland trips into Africa, and this has given me so much inspiration. When I find an exact article that I like the look of, I can click again and I press this button, bookmark saved, and that means that if there's a specific article within a magazine, I can save it and then come back to that article anytime I like. It's just so beautifully user-friendly. So if you would like to give Readly a try, you can click on the link in description and you'll get 2 months free Readly subscription, and you can cancel anytime you like. And honestly, hand on heart, sorry, I hit the microphone there, I cannot recommend it enough. This is a fantastic app. It's so nice to take the weight off the feet. We've been shopping for about 4 hours, and there's so much to see. Time just flies. Monica, can I show what we've got? So we've got carried away here. The problem with Monica and I, it's pathetic I'm saying this, we're both shopaholics. I mean, Monica's there sniggering away, but honestly, I don't know who's worse, Monica or I. Monica, do we have a prized purchase here? Shall I show the bigger one? Yeah. We wanted this. In fact, Monica has been going on and on about getting one of these ever since we decided to go to Morocco. This is one of the classic, thank you so much. This is one of the classic Moroccan teapots that they use to make green tea and a whole load of other teas. We decided to go for a vintage one. And I know some people are going to say, Freddie, you've been lied to, you've been ripped off, what on earth are you doing? But look, we're delighted with it. This is about a 50-year-old Moroccan teapot used for making their green teas and their different herbal teas. I just love it. It's so nice. It's exactly what we wanted, isn't it? We'll have it forever. It's so beautiful. This is the interesting thing. Has the price on the bottom. 700 dirham. That, sorry, top of my head, apologies if I'm wrong, that roughly speaking is about 80, 40, probably 60 pounds. But we got this after a bit of haggling. Would you say about 35 pounds? Probably 35 pounds for that. So it's fairly close to half price. You really do have to haggle quite hard. But that I know 100% is something that we'll have forever. And every time we have a cup of tea, Monica, I would love it if you were selling this because you've been so excited about this. But every time we will have a cup of tea, whether it's back in London or wherever we are in the world, we'll be transported back to Morocco with it. I'm over the moon with that. It's lovely, isn't it? Shall I show some of the herbs? It's just absolutely ridiculous. Do you know what happens when these different vendors see us? They're rubbing their hands together thinking, here we go, here comes a stupid tourist who's going to pay anything. This is what I've also bought. And I'm going to be completely honest, I've bought this, I have no idea what it is, but the man was an amazing salesman.
But you said this is a tea, and then you said you needed something to go
Yes, yes, he did. He was rubbing his hands together so much. He sold me this, and then he said, "Hold on, please wait. You need to also buy this." This, he was saying originally, is 800 dirham, and I kept saying, "No, thank you. Honestly, I spent enough." And he said, "Okay, 600." And I was like, "No, please, I just don't want to buy anymore. 500. Please, I'm walking away. I'm not even trying to haggle. 400, that's it." So finally, yes, I caved, and I bought this for 400, which is roughly... God, I hope it was 40, not 400. This is me getting confused. 400 is about £35. Yes, £3.50. This is some kind of tea, I think. Apparently it's made in the Sahara Desert somewhere. Again, some local Moroccan is going to tell me I've been ripped off here. But £1.50, look, I didn't even haggle for that. Maybe it should be less. And this was about, I don't know, £3. But it all goes together in one excellent tea-making set now. Every side street in Morocco is a hive of activity, from people repairing scooters to selling their spices, their foods, their clothes, doing woodwork and other types of things, people haggling and trading. It's all so fascinating. Morocco has a really interesting history. Back in about 1907, I hope my history's correct here, my memory's good enough. 1907, France invaded Morocco, and by 1912 France had taken control of Morocco. So from 1912 to 1956, when France were in control of the country, it was known as French Morocco, and that's why a huge amount of people in Morocco speak French, and it's pretty much the second language here.
Fede, be careful.
Once 5 o'clock hits, all of the snake charmers come out. I've never seen this before in my life. There are just little groups of about 5 men, each of them setting up a little area with some carpet, a few pots, a kettle with some tea, and they start playing this flute. And you can see just crowds of men getting around these snake charmers, and you can probably hear in the background the music of all of these different little groups of snake charmers. But be warned, if you so much as take a photo or even look too long at them, they will walk over to you with a hat in their hand asking for money. And they can be fairly ruthless with how much they ask for. But it's a really, really immersive experience, just being surrounded by all of these flutes loudly playing away with cobras just like bolt upright, almost hypnotized by the music. I don't know what's going on in this one specifically, but this one here has gathered by far the most amount of attention. So I don't know if they're about to prepare some kind of snake fight or something, but certainly this one is extremely popular. never-ending labyrinth of alleyways and stalls almost becomes maddening, because it gets dark in those tight alleyways about an hour before the sun actually sets, and you start having your mind playing games with you. You start walking around and thinking, hold on. I'm sure we've been here 6 times already. And after a while, I mean, we've been in there, in this alleyway section here, it's got to be for about 7.5 hours. And I feel like I've had the most incredible day, but I am totally drained now. I need to get home, 45-minute walk back, and go and sleep. But Marrakesh is magical. I mean, there's so much going on. I can tell already, no question, Monica and I have already discussed this. It's a place that we're going to come back to many times in the future. Really have fallen in love with it massively. But having said that, I'm now massively excited to head off in that direction, off to the Atlas Mountains. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching us over the past, well, actually, we've only done one video here in Marrakesh, but thank you so much for watching this video in Marrakesh. And we'll see you all in the next one, back in the Jeep and off to the Sahara.